So what happens when an officer accuses you of multiple violations?
Tell you now, you ride with one plate, it's a violation. I stopped you because that guy said you're recording him. So I'm doing the investigation. Driver license and insurance.
And then he turns off his body cam?
Hold it. Put that down. I'm gonna turn mine off and then you turn yours off and then we're gonna have a talk.
Stop recording.
Watching.
The Supreme Court has ruled. The Supreme Court, right? You know what that is? The U.S. Supreme Court.
He said, well, the Supreme Court stated something.
Yeah, he talking wave it, y'all recording.
Hey, I'm good. Thank y'all for having that camera around me, so I'm protected, man.
They say stop recording because we gonna charge her. Man, that shit was recording.
To identify all occupants of the vehicle when we were detaining that vehicle.
Where I should give him my ID and we all...
I'm like, sir, can I raise my back windows up because I got a whole newborn in here. You know
right.
It's cold out here.
Somebody needs to watch this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad y'all doing that. I appreciate everything y'all do.
Street Watcher. Welcome back, family. So this traffic stop brings us to the intersection of Delmore and Kings Highway. Traffic cop Officer Reed has just stopped a suspected driver for unknown reasons. Unbeknownst to me, the fact that I'm recording this stop will become part of an investigation. In pig ears, I repeat, investigation. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer or legal representative. What I'm about to show you is a personal experience and how I dealt with it, understanding the laws and my rights. I highly encourage you to familiarize yourself with your rights and the laws pertaining to your particular municipality. With that said, the First Amendment is a right that we all possess, and filming this traffic stop is well within that right. The First Amendment guarantees the freedom of speech, religion, press, assembly, and the right to petition. This traffic stop falls under press, which has defined definitions. Within the sections of the First Amendment, you have recording and filming. That is, the act of recording or filming events, speeches, or public activities, generally falling under the umbrella of freedom of speech and expression. This means that in most cases, individuals have the right to record what is happening in public spaces as long as they do not violate other laws, such as privacy laws or restrictions on certain government or military activities. So in this case, we're in a public space, we're free to record. You're also protected by the public forum doctrine, which states public spaces such as parks, streets, and government-owned property are often considered public forums, where the First Amendment protections are at their strongest. Restrictions on speech in these areas must be carefully justified and narrowly tailored to serve a significant government interest. So backed by recording and filming, we're well within our rights to film in public spaces. We're at a safe distance, not interfering with the duties of the officer, which brings us to the last section to apply in this situation. The right to record public officials. It states, courts have recognized that citizens have a right to record public officials, including law enforcement officers, in the performance of their duties in public spaces. This right helps promote transparency and accountability. So at this point, I'm just a concerned citizen that's recording a random traffic stop. Why? Because it's random. Most interaction, if any, with law enforcement usually happens during a traffic stop. Recording encounters with police plays a vital role in promoting transparency and accountability within law enforcement agencies. By capturing these interactions on camera, citizens have the ability to hold both individual officers and departments accountable for their actions. Video evidence can serve as a crucial tool in determining the facts of an incident, preventing potential misconduct, and ensuring that justice is served. Recording encounters with police acts as a deterrent against potential abuse of power. When individuals are aware that their actions are being documented, law enforcement officers are more likely to adhere with proper procedures and guidelines. This can help prevent instances of excessive force, racial profiling, and other forms of misconduct. The presence of cameras can create a sense of accountability and ensure that encounters between officers and the public remain lawful and respectful. The law doesn't prohibit recording in public, so now we understand that it's okay. However, it's always a good idea to get consent from the people you are recording before doing so. This driver was contacted non-verbally before the camera was started, so he was aware of our presence. He even acknowledged us after the stop. Most residents are familiar with us filming, as they are aware of our intentions and know it's for their safety. Law enforcement, on the other hand, is still struggling with being placed under the microscope. After filming the traffic stop and pulling into a gas station across the street, the officer set his sights on me. He pulled in behind me, blocking my vehicle as I was getting out. No lights or siren activated. He jumped out and stated he was performing a traffic stop to identify me for an investigation. That's where the footage picks up.
That's good. Let me tell you now. You ride with one plate, it's a violation. Driver license and insurance. Driver license and insurance. I'm recording too. Driver license and insurance.
Now this appears to be a regular traffic stop, as the officer stated why he stopped me, requested my license and insurance, and let me know that he was recording. Because I was exiting the vehicle at the time, my door was open, so the officer immediately occupied that space. Not the ideal positioning for a traffic stop, so my movements were calculated. Insurance was in the glove box, so I would take the ticket instead of reaching for it at this point. That's what I opted to do.
You might well go and write a no insurance, because I can't find it.
Who does this car belong to?
You should know all of that information too.
Here's the question is, now while you being smart with me, you may want to take a second and breathe. I'm gonna tell you why. Because see, this is gonna be educational.
Come with it.
After a couple of questions, the officer decided to try his hand in educating. I was all for it until he did the unthinkable.
Guess what? I'm gonna turn mine off and then you turn yours off, and then we're gonna have a talk.
Stop recording.
Turned off his body cam.
Stop recording.
So what could he be teaching that he doesn't want the knowledge recorded? Maybe because it isn't knowledge. I couldn't figure it out, so let's break it down together and see if it makes any sense to you. For starters, he asked that I stop recording.
I'm gonna turn mine off and then you turn yours off, and then we're gonna have a talk.
Now why would I do such a thing? He
Stop
clearly
recording.
just stopped his camera, so if I stop mine, that will be the end of this episode. Under no circumstances do you ever stop your recording while interacting with law enforcement. That's a crucial time, and everything could go left if the officer isn't right. This officer has not shown any aggression thus far, so I put the camera down, still capturing audio. What you're about to hear next is almost unbelievable. Remember why he said he originally stopped me?
You ride with one plate, it's a violation. Driver license and insurance.
Well, he totally flipped the script, got aggressive, and said I was under investigation for exercising my First Amendment rights.
Now, let's explain to you this right here. Everybody don't want to be recorded. See, that driver over there said, hey, that guy's recording me. I'm not over here just because I don't care if you record me, because I don't do anything wrong anyway. But I stopped you because that guy said you're recording him. So I'm doing an investigation for you.
Wait, so stopping a citizen for legally recording is proper cause for an investigation? He may have missed the interaction had with the driver, so his excuse isn't holding any weight. I'm hearing him out though.
This is an investigation stop at this point. Now, when I say to you, hey, get back in the car, I'm already recording. I'm recording 30 seconds behind you, before I get out this car, I go back 30 seconds. So guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna go back to the time that you was recording me. Which this guy said he don't want to be recorded. That's the reason for the stop.
So he's doubling down. There's no doubt in my mind this officer has knowledge of the First Amendment. He's just executing it all backwards. He's familiar with me recording law enforcement and exactly what StreetTaLk does, as he acknowledged earlier in the stop.
You do a great job out here. Okay, that's one thing.
Could he really be this misinformed and think he's telling me something beneficial? How was this investigation initiated again? Is this not the same stop about the front plate? He said he doesn't do wrong, but clearly turned off his body cam. What's happening? This surely isn't school, but I keep hearing this education.
Everybody don't want to be recorded, and everybody ain't doing wrong. Now what if that guy decided that, hey, he want to buy some rounds off in this car? Give people their space. That's all I'm saying to you. That's why it's going to be educational, because I'm educating you. I don't care about a ticket. I don't care about locking people.
Bro, I gotta let a window down and turn some air on or something, man.
But I'm just saying to you, everybody don't want that. You understand me? Everybody don't want that. That's an invasion of privacy regardless of the fact. That's all I'm saying to you.
Now, can I run something down to you?
Talk to me.
The First Amendment says, as long as it's in a public place, it don't matter what a person thinks. You know what I'm saying? So whether he wanted to be recorded or not, he gonna get out of his car and he gonna walk in that store and he gonna be on 10 different cameras. When he come back out, he gonna be on cameras all out here. So me going through this over my camera, bro, I done been through that. That ain't nothing.
But hold on. Now let me go back to you on the First Amendment. Everybody don't want to be recorded. Listen though.
I understand. Look, let me say this. I appreciate your talk. My man, if he did in fact say that, then that means he sleep to the streets. But what I do out here, don't nobody have no problem with it, man. And motherfuckers welcome me when I pull up. Okay, but guess what? You got some people. Listen though. You got some people out here that's wanted. All I'm telling you is to be safe when you do it. He wanted. That's it. Don't know what this man did. But I don't know what your intentions are, neither.
My intention is to educate you.
Right. But I'm saying if you saying he wanted, how I know that wasn't going to go out of, you know what I mean, go AWR. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? That's the point of everybody playing their position.
So listen.
You can't talk me out of my position.
I ain't talking you out of position. You do. What I tell you now when you first came up here? You can record. I'm going to record too. I'm not stopping you from recording. You think somebody care about a recording? No.
Just when you possibly have heard it all, SLMPD drops a new hit. So let me get this straight. I was stopped as part of an investigation for recording a traffic stop. Same stop the cop was recording, where the driver had warrants, but was uncomfortable with my camera being there because the officer was recording also. Highly unlikely. The driver was aware of our presence. He signaled he was straight. So what is this cop really up to? Is it a scare tactic to curb our efforts? What I do know is I was well within my rights to record. What was said during the stop should have come from the driver, not the officer. Was it really necessary to talk about the guy having warrants? Isn't that against the confidentiality clause? This guy even turned off his camera during a so-called investigation.
Stop recording.
Too much to take him serious. If you want to watch this traffic stop in its entirety, tap the video on the left and leave me a comment if you've had a run-in with law enforcement that was questionable in nature. Until next time, study your rights and keep your camera rolling.